Although he might look like a rabbit, he's actually a dog. And no, please don't fine us that much money. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the vlog on this beautiful Australian afternoon. Today we're diving into a topic that's genuinely fascinating and slightly confusing for us Brits. That topic? Australian laws that make absolutely no sense, at least to someone from the UK. Now, some of these laws are old, some are new, some are downright shocking. And as Brits living here, we had moments of pure confusion while researching them. Honestly, it made us ask ourselves, wait, this is actually a law? And what better way to go through this list than with our trusty pen microphone holder here? Spot on, isn't it? The pen represents, well, the law, signed by us. Beautiful. Before we get into the countdown, if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We do a mix of videos, top 10 countdowns like today, food adventures, and showing family around Australia. Fun fact, by the time you're watching this, Cody's sister will have arrived in Australia and she'll be joining us for some of the next videos. Alright, let's dive straight into it. Law number 1, social media ban for under 16s. This is a new law that's recently come into effect in Australia. Basically, kids under 16 are restricted from certain social media platforms. Now, coming from the UK, this is wild. How do they monitor that? Honestly, the implementation is a little mind-boggling, but apparently it's meant to protect young people online, which makes sense in theory. As Brits, we were scratching our heads thinking, are they going to send social media police to check our phones? Probably not, but it's still confusing. Interestingly, the UK might introduce similar restrictions soon, but as of now, nothing official exists there.
Do you think banning social media for kids under 16 is a good way to protect them online, or is it impossible to enforce?
Law number 2, jaywalking is illegal. Yep, in Australia, crossing the street outside designated areas can get you fined. If you cross within 20 meters of a pedestrian island or crosswalk, or ignore the red pedestrian light, you could be slapped with a fine. In the UK, jaywalking isn't really a crime, and fines are rarely issued. When I first learned this, I thought jaywalking was just an American thing. Nope. In Australia, it's serious business. And it varies by state, so watch your step. Literally.
Have you ever crossed the street outside a crosswalk without thinking about it? Should jaywalking really be fined?
Law number 3, mandatory cycle helmets. Coming from the UK, wearing a helmet is recommended, not required. Here, everyone wears a helmet. Not only is it law, but it's also smart because magpies are notorious swoopers in spring. True story, I once rode my bike without a helmet and got swooped immediately. Talk about instant karma. Lesson learned, helmets save heads and dignity.
Do you think wearing a helmet should be mandatory everywhere, or should it remain a personal choice?
Law number 4, public drinking ban. This one really threw us. In parts of Australia, especially Queensland, drinking in public is highly restricted. There are designated wet areas where you can enjoy a drink but stray too far, and it could technically be illegal. Back in the UK, it's common to sip a drink in parks or at beaches in summer. Here, rules are stricter, and fines can vary depending on the city or region. So, if you're planning a picnic with a cheeky wine, check the signs first.
Should drinking alcohol in public places like parks and beaches be restricted, or is it harmless if done responsibly?
Law number 5, swearing in public can be fined. Yes, you heard that right. Swearing in public is potentially a finable offense. Now, context matters. Swearing quietly to yourself when you stub your toe? Probably okay. Shouting a stream of colorful language at strangers? That could get you in trouble. Honestly, it's a little weird for us Brits, but I get it. People want public spaces to remain somewhat civilized.
Do you think swearing in public should be punishable by law, or is that too strict?
Law number 6, parking against the flow of traffic. This is one where we fell straight into the trap ourselves. In Australia, you must park in the direction of traffic. Back in the UK, we often park against traffic during tests or on quiet streets. Here, it's not allowed. We made the mistake of doing it early on, and since then, we've learned to always align with the flow. Lesson: one wrong parking move and you could be in trouble.
Did you know that parking against the direction of traffic could get you fined in some countries?
Law number 7, compulsory voting. Another shocker for us Brits. In the UK, voting is a right. In Australia, it's a legal requirement. If you don't vote, you can receive a fine. This law ensures that Australians are highly engaged politically, but for Brits, it's quite a culture shock. Skip your vote here, and the government might just send you a letter saying, "Pay up."
Do you think voting should be mandatory to increase political participation? Or should it always remain a personal choice?
Law number 8, firework ban without a license. In the UK, fireworks are part of bonfire night and New Year's celebrations. Anyone can buy them from the shop and have a small backyard display. In Australia, however, you need a pyrotechnics license to own or use fireworks. There are exceptions, like in the Australian Capital Territory, but generally fireworks are highly regulated. As someone who's accidentally burned a hand on a sparkler growing up, I can't complain. Safety first.
Should fireworks require a license for safety, or should people be free to buy and use them like in many countries?
Law number 9, pharmacy-only vape sales. Here's a strange one. Vapes can only be sold at pharmacies, and you may need a prescription. In the UK, vapes are everywhere: shops, supermarkets, online. In Australia, it's much more regulated. This one caught us off guard when my family visited from the UK and tried to buy one casually. No chance. It's a law that shows just how differently Australia handles nicotine products compared to the UK.
Do you think stricter regulations on vapes can reduce nicotine addiction, or will people just find other ways to buy them?
Law number 10, 0 bunnies allowed in Queensland. And finally, the law that inspired today's video. In Queensland, keeping rabbits as pets is illegal. And we're not talking a small fine. The maximum penalty can go up to $80,000. Yes, $80,000. So, although he might look like a rabbit, our dog is very clearly not a rabbit. Apparently, rabbits are considered pests in Queensland, which is why this extreme law exists. Other animals like ferrets, hamsters, and certain rodents also fall under strict regulations. As a Brit, growing up with pet bunnies, this law blew my mind. And yes, if you're from Queensland or another Aussie state, let us know in the comments how strict these regional laws really are. Did you know that keeping rabbits as pets is illegal in Queensland? What's the strangest law you've ever heard of? And that's our countdown. 10 bizarre, sometimes confusing, and occasionally hilarious Australian laws that had us Brits scratching our heads. We'd love to know, did any of these laws surprise you? And if you're an Australian citizen, were there any you didn't know existed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read them all. A big thanks to our members, and to anyone who bought a Venture Club t-shirt or cap. We appreciate your support. And don't forget, Cody's sister has now officially arrived, so expect her to feature in our next adventures. We've got some exciting videos coming your way, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, give the video a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future vlogs. Until next time, see you in Australia. Adios!